Good morning, team. I wanted to do a quick video for you in regards to the Olympic challenge this weekend. I want to say awesome work participating. I know some of you actually participated on Strava and logging all that, and I know there's also a fair number of you that did some of the test sets and maybe weren't participating in particular in the challenge, but still did your test sets and got that information. So I want to say awesome work. It's always fun to do that kind of thing. And, I want to just explain a little bit more behind why I'm putting these things out there. They're not just these random, thought out like, hey, let's have some fun. There is some rhyme and reason to this, and just wanted to let you know. First of all, when I look at the whole season and I look at the winter, you've always known about me, the winter is not the time to just sit on the couch and do nothing and get far away from our goals because there's no races. It's the time to do the work, because once we're in the race season, a lot of that hard homework should be done. So winter's the homework time. And when we look at the overall program and the plan for the year, for a lot of us, I look at where could we make the most gains, and athletes in general, and looking at triathlon, and like we did our debriefs and we look at how the things went for the year. In December, what I've learned over years and years, that's such a great time to log a lot of run mileage. Your legs typically are a little bit dead on the bike, you feel a little dead in the water, but we're so far out from race season that's a great time to improve run mileage, and that'll have a positive impact on your season. So that's why we did the 30 runs in 30 days, and all of you did great. We got a little test set with the 5K on Christmas morning for some of you, gathered some early, just a benchmark there. And then we rolled through, Christmas and New Year's, which, we all know is a time to just chill out and relax with family and all of that. We rolled right into camp, and for, some of you, I got to see you at camp. I'm hoping in the future more as we see this, you see how we program the year, that would be a time that would be a weekend. I can get more and more of you, at that early season and see you in Bloomington and spend some time working with you through that weekend. That is a really good checkpoint for us to spend some time together and see each other and do some good work there. And then we rolled through the month of January, which is a month building towards the closer to the season, and wanted to build the bike back in a little bit more balance, that kind of thing. And of course, everybody's program is different, and what everybody needs is a little bit different. So if you're listening to this going, my program didn't look like that at all, then, there's different athletes need different things, but this is, general thought in terms of where we need to make the improvements for the year. And we go through January and we get another good block of training in, and then I wanted to offer another test set at the end of January. And when we do these test sets, like the 30 runs and 30 days in the 5K, and then we do a block, everyone does a block of training through January, and then I offer a test set. This is an opportunity for you to practice before we get into the season. We go months and months without racing. That whole pre-race jitters, the nerves of other people watching, expectations, there's all these dynamics that come into when all of a sudden we know, hey, this is a test and people are watching. And I want to offer those opportunities, not only for us to have fun and interact with one another, but for you to really work on those skills and those mental skills, and that applying, that steady effort. You could feel, holy man, a sustained effort for 40K on the trainer. That requires a lot of mental strength and just developmental in terms of, the neck muscles, the back muscles, that, going hard for an hour, things that we wouldn't maybe get to do in January. And we certainly don't want, when we hit the race course, to be the first time we do that. I don't know about any of you, but after that, even just that 1,500 meter time trial in the pool, the next day I woke up and, oh, my arms and back and shoulder are sore, even though I swim pretty hard 3 days a week. Just that sustained 1,500 meter time trial that we wouldn't normally do if we didn't have something like this up. So I'm putting these things in place for these reasons and for these opportunities, and then we roll into our next block of training through February. And then, ideally, hopefully I will see a lot of you at the end of February at camp, where we get to do another assessment, and we say, hey, how is everybody looking? We're going to do this big block of training at camp and a preseason high volume camp to get really ready to go into the race season. And so you can see I've structured this all in a way that is setting us up for success towards our season. Well, we still get to interact with one another, and I get to see how you're responding to the training. Maybe I need to, work on some things differently physically or mentally or where you're at in terms of things. So, you know, I like to offer these things so that we're accountable to one another and we get to have some fun with it, but it's not just purely for fun to do these things. There is really a real thought out rhyme and reason to why we're doing this. So, you know, good job in getting it done. And if you're ever wondering why we're putting these challenges together, then this is why. And, you know, thank you, Jennifer, for running them. She takes the time to track all of you guys on Strava and send me the numbers and stuff. I've put the back end together for her, but she goes ahead and she actually collects, you know, keeping track of what you guys are doing and send it to me in a nice spreadsheet so I can see it afterwards. So thanks for doing that, and hope you're all feeling great this morning, and I'll be posting the results shortly. Cheers.